Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This daily tarot oracle reading is Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a collective or general reading. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you, so keep in mind that parts of this may or may not resonate with you because it is a general or collective reading. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it right now, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. That's not a drum roll, that's my dishwasher. It'll stop in a minute here. It's just going through a bit of a noisy cycle here. So the Queen of Swords is sitting on her throne, and she has learned the art of discernment. She has her left hand out, which is saying, I'm willing to receive. Having said that, you better come in correct to me. I do not want any bullshit. I've been there. I've done that. I bought the t-shirt. I have the souvenir. Off with your head if you are going to come into me incorrect. And also, she has her head above the clouds, representing that she's very clear on what she will tolerate and what she will not. And that's her energy right now. And she means it. She's not in the mood, I can tell. And then we have, all right, because this is something to do with love. And so generally this card does represent romantic love, and it represents some sort of loss of love. There are 3 cups here, and 2 of them have wine in them, and the other one has some other form of liquid in it. And this energy is talking about a third-party energy generally. This person is in a lot of regret. This could be you, or it could be someone else. You could be regretting having had anything to do with this person, and they could be regretting having a third party in the relationship. This is the kind of the energy of crying over spilt milk, but in this case, it's actually wine. This is talking about the 2 cups behind. This person is totally focused on on the loss, and there's no way of sucking that out of the ground. So what's lost is lost. The best thing that you can do at this point, turn around, pick up the 2 cups that are still standing, walk down the path, cross over the bridge of troubled water, and get to your castle and figure out what you're going to do from there. How are you going to move forward? You could stand here for the rest of your life and it will not do any good. That you may notice that the castle is also like half standing and half dilapidated. And this is kind of representing the energy of, are you going to see this situation as the glass is half empty or that it's half full? So it's going to require an attitude that is beneficial. I'm just checking. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I have this set up properly so that you can see the whole reading. I was doing a different kind of spread before that. I'm working on the new moon solar eclipse spread. I'm halfway through now, so you can watch for those. That's on the playlist of the new moon, full moon playlist. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is coming up, and she is talking about she's very focused on the pentacle. Pentacles in tarot represent the health, wealth, and happiness. Of course, coin is a big part of health, wealth, and happiness on planet Earth. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world, but you might not be living the lifestyle that you want. And so this is more about lifestyle. And the Queen is of Pentacles. The element is earth. And she is really admired for her ability to be resourceful, to be able to make something out of nothing, basically. And also, she prefers quality over quantity. This kind of energy is old money energy, not new money energy. Something that's a legacy, generational wealth that can be passed down from one generation to the next. And then we have the energy of, do you want to come up here, little kitty? My cat is here and she wants to participate in the reading. You can sit up here. Yeah, her job is to purr. She's got happy feet, so we're well on our way now. Were you asleep? Hey? Yeah, I started the reading without you. You're late for work. All right, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Pentacles are representing, again, this is representing seeds that you sowed in the past, and now they're ripe for harvest. And this is talking about having, Six of Pentacles is quite a bit of money. It's not this kind of money, but there's 10 pentacles in the tarot, so you're more than halfway there. And this is talking about this person has learned the give and take and is in the process of learning it. That he now has enough pentacles that he can give some away or invest in others. And so he's giving pentacles to this person, but this person he's not. And he's got the scales of justice above this person's head, because he's saying, hey, you've got something in your pocket, go get a job. That kind of energy. This person actually needs it, this person doesn't. So this is learning, starting to learn discernment as to how much of your time and your energy and your money you're going to invest in others, and what is the return that you expect. This is the justice system coming in. So this is starting with spiritual justice and it coming down to earth. This is talking about, so if there's some sort of something that happened here, and it was other than not just about love, but there's pentacles missing or something like that, because that's the only two energies. We have the sword, and the sword is, of course, representing your mental intelligence and your mind, your discipline of your mind, and discernment. See, the Queen of Swords has learned this lesson very well. And now justice is coming in because somebody was taking too much, or, not giving enough, that kind of energy. The investment the return wasn't fair. There was something there. And so this figure for justice is sitting on the throne, and notice that the right foot is forward. You can just see her toes of her right foot pointing, sticking out from underneath her robe. And this means she's ready to take action at a moment's notice. Plus she has, like the Queen here, she has her sword up in the air and she is ready to apply justice to the situation. This also is talking about the veil in the background here. Represents the veil between the spiritual world and the physical world. And between logic and intuition, kind of between extremes here, and being comfortable in the middle of that you can call justice. And it comes first on the spiritual realm and then comes down to earth, basically. This is also talking about redemption from karma and clearing karmic spaces, direct and indirect karma. We have the energy of the This is the Seven of Wands. So now we have the element of fire coming into play. This is about, the element of fire is about actions. These wands represent an action or inaction taken. This person looks like they're defending their position on higher ground here. You notice they have one foot with a boot on and one foot with a shoe on. This can quite often mean that you're caught in between two worlds, like the before and after of this energy, kind of is what I'm getting in this case. This also can represent that there's other people that you've had to defend yourself that have taken action against you, and you are standing your ground. And this is saying, I know what I know, and I will stand up for myself, and I will stand on higher ground. And this is talking about conviction beyond a doubt. Because we have the Justice card coming up here, and this energy of a loss, we can, this card can also represent like justice in the criminal system. So this can be conviction beyond a doubt of someone who has misappropriated funds. Okay, and then we have the energy of the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands represents a youthful energy. You could be any age, but it's kind of like an energy that you're in. And the Page of Wands is, someone, the pages would work for the king and the queen in the court, when they start generally around 7 to 14 years of age, and they would deliver messages, do small tasks. They would generally come from families in the area that were from higher upper class educated people. And, you know, they would work until an apprentice basically, and then if they were good at what they did and they were found to be trustworthy and reliable, if they had enough money to purchase a horse when they were 21, they might be considered for knighthood. And so this energy, the Page of Wands, he's delivering a message. In the old days, of course, the message would come in as the energy would be in person. But nowadays, we could get information coming in from a phone call. It could be a text. It could be a social media post that you see, and then you go to an event and you meet someone. It's that kind of energy. It could be a tweet, some news coming in and it catches your attention, that kind of energy. So also what we need to know about the Page of Wands, he's got a feather in his cap. This is talking about a very enthusiastic masculine energy that's like under 21 years of age. So he has a lot of admiration for his wand and his passion. It's his passion basically. And he is admiring his wand, and quite often when the information comes in from him, you'll find that he's been thinking with his little head rather than his big head. He isn't quite matured yet, he's got a ways to go. And then we have the energy, this is of the Empress energy. So let's see here now. We have this is the tools. We're building a pyramid here. This is the tools. This is the energy of the tools coming that we have to deal with and what we're dealing with. So the Empress energy is talking about all four queens rolled into one. Like she has the qualities of the Queen of Pentacles as described. She's also discerning as the Queen of Swords is. She also has a lot of love, unconditional love, and loves her family, etc. This is representing like the Cup energy. And which one are we missing here? We have the Pentacles, the Cup, and the Sword. So we are missing, my brain's gone dead here. It'll come to me, we'll deal with it. I don't know, maybe she doesn't have that. That's the one she doesn't have. So it's talking about, she's not quite an Empress, but she's on her way to being an Empress. And this energy is, I didn't talk about the wands, that's the energy. So she's very sexy and she uses her intuition and her creative ability. We do have wands here, but she has not presented herself as a Queen of Wands as to yet. So this sometimes can represent one person that is starting to become, through life experience, stepping into this Empress energy. The Empress is sitting surrounded by wheat, and that's because it represents her ability to grow, and to grow shift. Like she is manifesting, she's the generator of energy. She's like a magnet for possibilities. A lot of people say like she's pregnant with possibilities. This also can represent the energy of someone who's pregnant, and following this energy, we'll see. Hopefully it's not like an accidental pregnancy with people who are not quite ready for that responsibility. I almost have a feeling like that there. We have the energy of, sorry Stella, I'm gonna have to knock you off my lap here and get this card. Sorry about that. It just jumped out of my hand. It's talking about, it's talking about the energy of the, it's talking about the energy of the Queen here. And you notice she has her back to the Empress. She has her back to all of this energy. She doesn't want to have anything to do with this situation. So it could represent, this could represent the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, and she found out some information regarding this energy here, which I said, is very passionate and not thinking clearly, thinking with their little head. And there may be an energy here where someone got pregnant. And this card's coming up now, and this is like a mental prison, and it's also can represent in physical level, actual prison. Oh, okay. So whatever the energy is here, we'll keep going because we don't know for sure. But this energy quite often represents, like the water represents emotion in the tarot. And I feel like when she started, there was like, there's 8 swords here. And this energy is kind of like the tears. And there was way more water here, but it's starting to dry up because she's getting clarity now. And this energy is, she has her right foot forward, like this right foot. And this is an energy of, she's got one foot on land now, and she's got the other one in the puddle still, but it's much drier, like it's shallow now. So she's gone through a lot of emotions, cleared a lot of that energy. This is something she doesn't want to see. She feels duty bound here. This could represent someone stepping out of their marriage, like getting into their, this can represent someone like going through midlife crisis is what I'm getting almost. And there being a younger person coming in to the relationship, and they got pregnant is the energy that I'm picking up for some people. So just, take it as it goes here. This is talking about having the courage to face this. This is the obstacles that you come across as you work through this situation. And so this is talking about having the courage to go inward and face your fears and really see it like for what it is, and then be able to take action. She's just got one sword left, and that's the one she has in her hand here. And you notice she has her back to all of this. Like she is done with this. Like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with this. But she does have clarity now. And I feel like the clarity came in. And notice the sky is the same color as the sky on her card. So this is talking about having the courage to face whatever this is. Face your worst fears kind of energy. This is infinite potential after you do so. She's reaching into the lion's mouth. And here it is an adult lion, and you're thinking, well, that's kind of a wild thing to do. But this lion is allowing it. It's because it's representing her fears, and she's digging deep to face those fears so that she can have infinite potential to move forward in this situation. And we have, some shifty energy here. So this is the shift disturber. This is sitting on justice and conviction beyond a doubt. So there was some sort of illegal action taken here in this energy. And I have an idea, but I'm just going to leave it alone. And whatever happened here is some shifty energy. And this represents, I feel like, the Queen's her relationship with the person who did this energy. And I feel this is an older person that was acting like, that midlife crisis thing is the energy I'm getting. And this is talking about someone who's been sneaking around. Look at, they're on their tiptoes. They're looking over their shoulder into the past. They're looking at, oh, I hope she doesn't find out kind of energy. Or I have 2, people that I have to deal with here. And then sneaking away with as much of the information, because this is representing thoughts and all of that. And not looking forward into the future, just wanting to make sure that, having to be focused on the past is what I'm getting. Because now, if this is a situation where someone has stepped outside of the marriage and someone else is pregnant, now we've got a dangerous, this is how this person is perceiving it. This is a walking contradiction, because he's looking back, not looking forward, but moving forward. And he also, look how he's holding those swords. Like he's holding those swords like, hey, they're like, who holds swords like that? If he trips, he could really hurt himself, basically. And I feel like that's kind of the energy here. We've got a shift disturber that's stirred things up, and now they're in an energy where they don't know how to deal with it themselves. But the truth is coming in. And so I feel this is the Queen of Pentacles energy here. that has turned into this energy now. Like she's focused on her pentacles, so she wants out of this situation, and she wants what's hers. And this is talking about, yeah, a total transition, done energy. We have the Grim Reaper coming in. And the Grim Reaper is a scary looking figure, but this doesn't talk about an actual death. Rarely does it. It sometimes can, but it rarely does. It's more talking about transition of like an ending of one cycle and the beginning of another. And we are really in that energy right now. Like tomorrow will be Valentine's Day on top of everything else here. And you know, I thought I was going to do all these fluffy Valentine's Day energies, like readings, and I thought, oh, it'll just be fun to do some lighthearted, and they weren't. They were all lessons in love, like hard-earned lessons in love, and some of them weren't about romantic love. Some of them, a lot of them were, but some of them would have been more aptly named Singles Awareness Day. So this is the, it wasn't light, it was tough love, basically. And so this is the kind of energy, and I feel it's because today, it's Friday the 13th, which is a day that a lot of people feel is unlucky. I don't have any worries about the 13th energy because my first child was born on the 13th of the month on Mother's Day. So I was like, hey, it was one of the most beautiful gifts that I could ever have. And I joke with her, I'll always text her and say, hey, it's your lucky day today when it lands on a Friday. Because she used to worry about it when she was younger. But this energy is talking about systems being changing and trampled. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing not an actual king being trampled, but the actual monarchy being, the system of the monarchy being threatened right now at this time. We're seeing that. A lot of news coming in from the files that were released. We have the energy of some people embracing this change and wanting the truth, and others like really saying, come on, like go away, we don't want to know about this. These young children here are holding a bloom. The one is holding a flower for the Grim Reaper and saying, hey, you know, I would really like here, and it's representing growth, like really looking forward to new growth, new. That's the energy we're stepping in. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Having said that, we have the energy is Valentine's Day on the 14th. On the 13th, we have Saturn moving into the sign of Aries, which is the first sign in the zodiac. So it's about newborns and new. And we also have Neptune having moved out of the sign of Pisces into the new on the 26th of January. And those two, one is about idealism and the other one's about get your butt to work kind of energy, responsibility. So there's a lot of energy out there right now astrologically. And with this new moon coming up, there's also a solar eclipse on top of it being the Chinese New Year and the year of the fiery horse, leaving the energy of the snake energy, so shedding the skin. If you want to know more about that energy, look into the new moon, full moon readings, because I'm right now I'm talking about this new moon, solar eclipse, Chinese New Year's Day energy in more for each of the signs. I also do have a playlist, and that one has like the energy of the fiery horse energy for each sign, as well as Valentine's Day readings. I don't want to get it, like I don't have time to get into all of it, how complicated all of this is, but it's just a lot of people are feeling this energy right now of like the old ways are changing, and there's, you know, you better be ready for the new kind of energy. And that's really beginning with this first eclipse that we have coming up on the 17th. And it's just like things are coming in bang, 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 like this, like a new, and some more new, that kind of energy. And there's no stopping it. We have the energy of the Hierophant coming in. And this is about, the Hierophant is talking about the traditional structure and how that's part of what's falling apart. Having said that, on the spiritual realm, there is always that structure, and that's brought down to earth through the structures that we have on the planet, you know, like the legal systems, etc. And so this is talking about the systems themselves are under review, basically. And so that's where we're going to see a lot of changes. The Hierophant's right hand is in the form of a blessing. So it's needed. A transition is clearly needed on the planet right now as we're finding out what's been going on in the world. Like, well, I don't want to even bring that in either, because like it's just it's affecting us all though. And whatever happens, like a lot of people that are in the spiritual world will say, you know, just don't watch the news, like just create your own reality. And I feel like that's kind of ridiculous because, hey, we live in the 3D and we have to deal with the 3D. And even if you just take 5 minutes to find out, hey, what's going on, just quick. You don't have to get into all the emotions and all of it, but you need to know what's happening in the world, because that's coming down into everybody's lives around you. And you can pretend it's not, but it is. And there's no escaping it. It's there. And we're all under judgment here. We're all like, nobody's free of this energy. This is like, we all have to improve here. Because, and this is talking about that right here. Who do you choose to have in your inner circle? Who are you choosing to have as your intimate partner? Are you clear on it? Do you know them well enough? Like, it's that kind of energy. This is also saying, do you know yourself well enough? This is talking about masculine and feminine energy. And the masculine energy is electric. It's like action. And the feminine is magnetic. It's like this Empress energy, you know, like she's the ultimate feminine energy. So this is talking about, you know, if your feminine and masculine energy are strong and balanced, then you become a very, your soul and your physical body become very balanced, and you start making really strong choices. And that's the energy here. And then if once you do that, once you're balanced like that, then you can attract someone that is also in that energy, and that's when God is shining the light on that relationship, because that has the power to bring a lot of beautiful change into the planet. And this is saying, with the cloud in between, you could know this person already or not know them, but this kind of energy, there's some sort of lover energy here, and this can represent this energy here. And then, okay, now someone new is coming in. Once you realize, I don't like this energy, I don't want to be part of this energy, I'm making a transition, I'm moving on, I deserve better than this, and then I will find or another lover, we'll find each other, but it's not going to be this energy. Judgment's being called, and that's coming in from the Most High. Oh, and it's coming down to the earth, and this is the Hierophant is the one that's responsible to bring that down. Now, if you're a religious person and you believe that spirituality and religion are combined, then this could represent like the Pope, the Cardinal, bishops, that kind of energy. And otherwise it can represent, when we come down to the law systems on the planet, it represents like people who run countries and you know, are responsible, like Supreme Court, all of that kind of energy. Judgment has been called, and this is God saying this is going to be cleaned up now, and it's the Hierophant's job to make sure. And God is saying this is going to be rough, but it's needed, and it's a blessing in disguise. Also talking about this is generational. So this judgment is not necessarily from just actions that you've taken, but it's judgment, it's reparation for your ancestors as well as for you and for your upcoming descendants. So this energy is talking about, there might be skeletons coming out of the closet, there's Pandora's box someone wanted Pandora's box being opened, and now it's open. And you can't close Pandora's box once it's been opened. So you have to you're forced to deal with the energy. That's all that can happen at that point. That's what we're seeing right now on planet Earth. And this is coming in, it's happening right now. This is conception. The Eight of Wands is talking about actions taken, they're about to land. Boom, 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 boom. This is very much like the energy of this has been launched, and you can see the direction of it. It's been launched from justice, from the spiritual realm, and it's coming down to land on earth. And that's right here on this transition card. There's going to be a change. This also represents conception, and we're going back to this energy here. I really feel there's a baby coming in here, and I feel, or it's about babies. And so there's energy coming in about justice and of this situation. If there's a baby that's coming in out of wedlock, it could be inconvenient because of the circumstances, but all babies are a gift from God. They're a special, precious gift from God. Every baby is one of God's children, and there's some sort of justice coming in around the babies of the world. This is from like on a cosmic level as well, coming down to the earth. We have the energy here of the Queen of Cups. And so the Queen of Cups is like, now we have this third queen coming out, which is representing, if it's the one person here, we have now the Pentacle energy, we have the discernment, and now we have the love, unconditional love. And I feel like this is also talking about this judgment coming in also, that this is coming in from the ancestors, like the maternal line. Your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother, they're all watching what's going on, and they are yelling, like, we want justice. Like, it's really loud, and it's coming down now. And so this is talking about in a situation, if this is the queens now, here comes the unconditional love, and being supported by the judgment from your ancestors. And this is talking about, like she has a trophy basically on her lap. It's the only cup that has a lid on it. This is saying that this is a container of maternal, unconditional love. Love for children, love for family, love for, a good, happy life, loving the neighbors, getting along. Being able to have love for pets and animals and for the world in general. So this is talking about someone who is very highly suited to being able to, be in that energy where they're there for people. When people, unconditional love doesn't mean you condone the actions of some, incorrect actions kind of energy. What it means is you can love someone and still say, hey, what you did is absolutely unacceptable, that kind of energy. And then and it's sitting on this shifty energy here and on this transition and justice. So I feel like the ancestors are like, yes, finally, this is going to be looked at. People are going to become aware of this. This is the Wheel of Fortune is turning. And the Wheel of Fortune here is when the past, the present, and the future come together. There's actually 3 wheels on this. And on the Wheel of Justice, this is talking about, this is Sagittarian energy. The centaur points the arrow into the heavens, and then the arrows land on target, tunk, 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 in the order that they need to land in. This is also a Sagittarius energy. this is the Wheel of Fortune coming in. And this is, your luck is changing. This is, things are being straightened out. And it's as I said, there's 3 wheels, and on one of these wheels is the word or the symbols representing tetragrammaton. And this is an energy of perfect order from the divine, absolute divine perfect order coming back into place regarding. So we're talking about an energy that I feel that has happened to several, this is a collective reading, so you may be able to absolutely resonate with this energy, but it's also talking about, at the same time, on a global scale, what's happening on a universal scale, basically. It's talking about, a lot of people feel like the world is going to shift right now, and like there's so much chaos and this is crazy, but really, if you look at it, it's coming back into order, because this has been going on for generations, whatever this energy is talking about. And this energy is being corrected now by a very mathematical God. Like this is, we're putting things back in order here, right now. And this is the energy. It's actually a gift. you know, a lot of the world is, and the universe are always expanding and contracting and expanding and contracting. And when there's expansion, it can look really chaotic like it does right now. But really what's happening is it's coming back into contraction and things are being put back in order. Like the eye of the storm, how it's nice and quiet. Then on the outskirts, it's really messy. So this is talking about divine order. And that's, you know, you look at a lot of people talk about God as if God is a person, but God's actually, if he's a person, he's a mathematician. He likes to have things in order. This is very Virgo energy, you know, things in order. Noticing when things are not in order, they got to be put in place. Cleanliness is next to godliness, that kind of energy. And then we have this is the Chariot coming in, and this is talking about things are happening right now. It's on the way, and it could, you know, the time, there is no time anywhere linear like we do have, except for on Earth, really. And so this energy is talking past, present, and future synchronicities coming together. And it looks like a big mess right now. Like everybody has seen that, but I see it as we're coming back into order from total disorder. When you see what's in the news right now, come on, let's clean this up. Let's get everything back in order here. Law and order coming in. This represents law and order on the third dimensional, as well as this wheel spinning, and it's already coming into place. So I feel like, yay, this is like a tank. And if you personally are on your divine path, this is saying you're going to, you know, just, you don't need to, there's no reins here. You notice that? This is under God's control, and just stay on, don't fall out of the chariot. This is law and order coming in also. This represents the black and whites that are, a lot of times police vehicles are referred to as black and whites. And in the old days, that's what they were called anyway. If you look at the old movies, you'll see that. So yeah, this is actually like, yay, there's going to finally be some law and order put into place into situations that have gone too far into expansion now. And we have, yeah, a major tower is hitting. Boom. This is like when a reality check. And I'm getting, this is on a global level, and it's affecting people all around the world in our individual lives. Like anything that's out of order in our own lives is going to also, we're going to feel it, and we're going to have to correct it. This is when it's gotten to the point where you can't ignore it anymore. It's impossible to ignore. And there's the lightning strikes, and at first it was a whisper and no one was listening, and then it was the frying pan, whack over the head. No one's listening. Okay, here's the 2x4. Are you listening? Oh, no, you're still not going to listen to me. Okay, this is God saying, here's a lightning bolt. Bang! You're kicked out of your tower here. One person here is really surprised and shocked, and the other one is like, kind of figured, I was wondering when this was going to happen. And that would be this energy here that conceived a child out of wedlock. And they're like, how long can you pretend that someone's not pregnant? Not that long, a few months maybe. So it's that kind of energy. And this is, talking on a global scale of whatever's going on for justice in that department. We have, yikes, we have the devil energy here coming in. So this is about the temptation. We're all vulnerable to temptation. We're human beings. But we have choice. And this is until we give our choice to this guy, and then we don't have choice anymore. So this is talking about being tempted and giving in to the temptation. And this is like on a grand scale when we're talking this energy up here. Like this is the ancestors yelling from across the veil. We want justice. And this is, it's on its way. And it's got to be about unconditional love. Like there's got to be more love on the planet. That's what it's saying. And then this is the wheels turning, and it's happening right now. Like, and you know, this is real amazing times and also very trying times. But there's a major tower has hit the world now, and this energy is being taken care of. So we have the energy. You want to compare the energy to these two. Who would you rather be? These people are yoked to each other, they're chained to each other, and they're fastened to Saturn's box. And they got this guy watching over them. You know, and this is talking about someone who's really in their basic instincts. Like, this is lust energy, not love. This is, the sun is shining down on this relationship. Get to know each other better. There's no chains. This is a choice. This is about choosing who you want to have in your life. And this is also talking about get to know each other better. Energy like that. You have lots of time. You don't need to rush things. If it's love, it's love. That's the energy. So this, you're not going to get the truth from the devil. So I always cover it with the next card up just to see. Because the devil has to send a minion in to do their dirty work. Because this is an archetype. Like, this is talking about someone that is not, they have to get a human being to do the dirty work, to lower the vibration, basically. So who does he send in, or what happens? Disappointment in love. Someone to ruin a love relationship. You see that here? So something that the devil sends in someone to stop these two from getting to know each other. That's the energy right here. And look at this. This is coming in many ways, because this is a general collective reading. Take what works for you, leave the rest. Don't try and force this energy upon yourself. You don't want to be in this disappointed energy here. But this is God saying, hey, and the universe saying, here's another cup of love after being very disappointed. And this person has been so hurt that they're saying, I've given up on love. I don't want to, I don't want anything to do with it. I've been so, I was vulnerable. I put myself out there, and I've done it 3 times, and I don't know if I can do it. I just don't know if I can handle any more disappointment. This is also talking about these 3 cups that are spilt here, and the disappointment here. And this is talking about a third-party interference. And this is also another cup of love coming in, talking about this pregnancy that is not part of the couple. It's part of the third party and one of the people in this relationship. That profoundly changed that relationship, because it's now over. The Queen of Pentacles has gone cold. And she's like, I'm not up for it. I'm just not up for it. And so this energy is coming in. Now, this could also talk about someone that you've given 3 chances to, and they're asking for another chance, and you're like, I'm done. I'm walking away from this. I deserve this. I don't want this. So there's a lot of different scenarios here, and then that's also playing out on a bigger scale in the global scene. You can learn a lot from watching the news for a couple minutes. You don't have to get all emotional about it. Just, okay, that's the information. Okay, got it. I'll check in on myself and see if I'm doing any of that in my own life and straighten it out. Yeah, deciding to go on to calmer waters with God. That's the energy here, right here. So we've got that going on. This is talking about getting out of the rough waters, moving into the peaceful ones. Quite often this represents, this is the relationship, and this can quite often represent the energy of having to heal your inner child from things that happened when you were young. And maybe you can't even remember them, but they're stopping you from being able to stay in this energy. And it quite often can talk about this influence here causing this. And so you need to heal from this. And it requires digging deep and being in that place of courage where you have to face your fears about it, to have the infinite potential to have this. And and God is here for you. The universe is here for you. It's being straightened out for you. And so it's talking about, there's no baggage here. There's just a person and a small child. And this is representing having to dig very deep, to get this boat moving. But once it's moving, then look how quickly you're onto calmer waters. So that quiets the mind, then you're not in this mental prison anymore. And then we have the energy of the Queen of Wands coming in. So now we have all 4 queens. So this is the sexiest. She's got the tree, the passion here. The wand is made of wood, and it represents the roots of the ancestors. It's sitting right here. And the offshoots of the descendants, like the generational curses being broken and everybody getting justice, the karma being meted out. Karma is not punishment, it's cause and effect from your actions or inactions. And so this is following the sun, following God, staying on the path. This is the veil between, you know, the spiritual realm and like the ancestors and the descendants represented here. And they're cheering, yay! And so this is talking, the Queen of Wands represents someone who has a sunny disposition, a natural beauty, someone who uses her logic and her intuition together to come to creative solutions for problems. Then we have the King of Swords coming in here. So the King of Swords, do we have any other kings yet? This is the first king coming in. So this is the King of Swords is representing like a judicial figure here, I feel. But it's also representing someone who uses their, it's a professional energy, someone who uses their mind to earn their living, you know, and uses their words and written word and also verbal to earn their living. So this can represent like political systems. It can, someone who's high up, like someone that's running a president, a prime minister, the very highest of the energies ruling the lands, basically. This could actually be a king having to come in and make like strong decisions here. This is a double-edged sword. So it's talking about discipline of the mind and cutting through the bullshit and having to do what you need to do here. This is talking about someone who uses their words to earn their living. They understand that words can be used as weapons, and so you have to make sure that you have clear information here. And it's also talking about having the discernment to tell what is real and not real, what's illusion and what's the truth kind of energy coming in, like the sword of truth here. So this energy is talking about the king coming in. He knows that actions speak louder than words. In both ways. This is a double-edged sword. So he knows that he has to take action on what he's learned once he knows that it's very clear information. And also he understands that people can say whatever they want. Talk is cheap, but your actions speak louder than words. And if there's information out there that your actions were not coherent with your words, well then that's what he has to discern. That's what the judgment is. This can also represent like a well-known surgeons, like, you know, that kind of energy, people that have a really good reputation for being able to, like surgeons, you know, and research, that kind of energy. It's people that have a strong mind, and it's a well-disciplined mind and a strong intellect, basically. We have this energy here of the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords energy represents this never-ending nightmare. That was this situation ever going to end? Like, and it's saying yes, the never-ending nightmare is coming to an end. There's a transition because of this reality check coming in. This can represent someone waking up in the middle of the night and they're having a nightmare, and it's the same nightmare they have day after day after day. But now it's finally being dealt with because there's information coming in, and quite often you'll have the Holy Spirit speak to you through your dreams, and also through you know, just impressions you get from your intuitive side, you know, and then adding that to your logic to be able to understand what's really going on. And so this is talking about this King of Swords is someone who uses his intellect as well as his intuition to get to the truth. And this is someone that doesn't mince words, basically. This is talking about cosmic justice as well. It's talking about in the wee hours of the morning, sometimes we'll get messages in our dreams and we'll wake up and the dream seems so real. Or we'll get like just an impression and it's like, oh, I've got to look into that. And so this is like enlightenment from the Holy Spirit. And I feel like that's this King of Swords thinks outside the box and is willing to use both intellect and intuition to, you know, detect what is really going on, basically. And this can also represent just like real boredom, like people who are bored, so they do stupid things, kind of, you know, do stupid things, win stupid prizes. This is the energy of the Page of Pentacles coming in. So there's some sort of information coming in about Pentacles as well. So the Page of Pentacles is, you know, this is the element that he's most focused on. And I feel this has to do with lifestyle and money and that kind of energy. So some information is coming in about how the Pentacles were involved in this situation. And then we have a lot of Pentacles. Like we're talking like people who live a very good lifestyle at the top, which represents what's going on right now and the actions that have been taken behind the scenes, and also how that also is played out on a smaller level in everyday people's lives. We have, yeah, it's time to go inward for everybody. This is talking about, you know, having to use getting your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind working together so they're congruent and you have all the facts. And also being able to put your mind at ease, like getting out of this energy. For the whole world I'm getting right now, like we need to lay down the swords right now and use our intuition. Okay, how are we going to shift this into a better energy? What can we do right now to improve things? And this is talking about going inward, meditating, praying. The stained glass window here represents a church, and it's saying the word Pax is on that, P-A-X, and it's talking about peace of mind. That's what people wanting peace on the planet, wanting peace of mind, wanting a good lifestyle. Like that's what most people want. They want to live like the American dreams, as we would say, you know, like where you have the partner that you love and you have your beautiful, healthy children and you're living in a real safe neighborhood and you get to have even time. You're not working so hard that you have 3 jobs just to make ends meet. You have people, like you have time to visit with your neighbors, and you know, you have pets, and it's just a beautiful lifestyle, like the all-American dream. That's what most people want. And then we have at the very top the King of Pentacles. So this energy is talking about, and it's talking about a lot of money, really, basically. Really, some people will do anything for money. And some people use money as a tool and recognize that money is just a small part of life, that you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, you know, and be pleased with the outcome. Our job really basically when we come onto the planet is to be the best version of ourselves and to leave the earth a better place for our descendants. And so we need to step up right now and saying that God's saying, okay, step up. Everybody better get on the same plate, like in this energy where, okay, let's straighten this out, because it can be straightened out if there's enough people that say, hey, it's time for us to take a look at how things have been done and let's find better ways to get through this energy. So this is talking about from the past going up and back down again. This is talking about having a lot of regret for what's happened. This is talking about choices that we make with our lovers. This is judgment being called on both an individual as well as a global scale. I'm getting a universal scale. This is the Queen of Wands energy. This is about the ancestors, the descendants, both wanting this justice and using the logic as well as the intuition to be able to get there. Going inward to be able to find the answers here. All of us need to go inward and see, what can I do today, right now, to make the world a better place? That's the energy. And recognizing that, yes, pentacles are very important. We need pentacles to be able to move through the world when we're on planet Earth. Having said that, you could have all the pentacles in the world and not be living the lifestyle that you want to be living. And that's what, ultimately, what people want is this. They want to have a good life and raise children and have love in their homes. And, you know, like they don't mind, most people don't mind working towards that. They're happy to be able to, but there has to be a possibility for that. And then this is talking about things, some information coming in. The Tower hit. law and order is being put into place. This can represent getting out of this energy and getting more in this energy to be able to get this justice coming in. This also represents physical prison. And this is talking about having to step into our Empress energy. And I feel like it's Empress rather than Emperor energy, because this is representing the feminine. And this could be a male in his feminine energy. But this is representing that love, that unconditional love that mothers have for their children and that grandmothers have for their, their grandchildren, basically. We can talk about, there's just so many situations right now that are happening on the news that I can say, like this is being played out in so many different versions right now. And it's also talking about how some people you can see who the heroes of the world are, as well as the people who caused the problem. So it's talking about look at both sides of it, that there's a lot of really good people out there. There's a lot of people with big hearts that are reaching out right now, sending their love and their prayers to people that are going through some of the worst times of their life. And we have a situation like that in Canada right now that's heartbreaking. And, I'm sending that out again, like lots and lots of love. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Sending lots and lots of love to the community in Canada that needs it the most right now. And, just giving them a big energetic hug and lots and lots of prayers for them. And we have this energy. I'm going to clarify with my oracle now, and this card jumped out as I was talking. This is about deception. So this is talking about the biggest deception on the planet right now is that men don't love women and women don't love men. That's inaccurate information. It's a huge deception. Men and women love each other and they love to make babies together. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up. And so there are better ways to have children, but every single child that is conceived with love because it's a child of God, and it's one of the greatest gifts you can ever receive. And so there's no, the love between a man and a woman is a beautiful thing, and most people on the planet enjoy that and recognize that. So we have the oracle I'm using is Tales from the Vector, and that's TAILS from thevector.com. and is my website. So I have 64 paintings that I started in 2007. In 2020, I completed them. I'm working on the information now, and as you notice, sometimes things on paper, it looks really good on paper, but it doesn't work out when you actually put it into action. That's why I'm working to write the information up by using the cards in this way. And when I'm satisfied that I have it correct, then I will write up the book and put this oracle out. And I've been working on it since 2007 because there are 64 paintings, and some of them are very big, a lot of them are 3 by 4 foot paintings with a lot of detail in them. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and so check it out if you want to. I'll put the description in the description box, the order that they appear, and that's the numbers on these cards represent the order that they are in the gallery in my website. Here we have having the courage to get through this energy. Yes, it's a lot. And then we have indifference. This is the karmic space of where people they want something and they don't care. They are totally indifferent to the suffering of others. As long as they get what they want, that's the important thing kind of energy. This is about justice, falling in love and being in love, basically. So this is your own individual heart chakra, the justice of, like, if you've been in this situation here and you're feeling this right now, understanding that falling and failing in love is a matter of I, which means that you have to love yourself first enough to say, I'm not participating in this kind of energy. I prefer to be in this energy over here than to be in, where is that energy now? Here. The disappointment, of and being bound to that and having no choice anymore. And then we have the manifestation. Yes, manifesting from the sacral chakra. That's confirming. Yes, I feel there was, for some of you, there was a pregnancy for sure here. Patience to stay on your path. Like, it's, you know, it's challenging if you're in a relationship and this has happened. Having said that, having the devotion to recognize that you want to stay on the divine path, and you know, this is not a good time right now on the planet to be impulsive and act out. It's a good time to go, you know, to get into this energy, reflect, make sure you have your facts straight before you accuse people of anything. There's a lot of names being bandied about out there. And until, like, there's some, you know, and some of it, there is substantial evidence supporting what's being said. And in other cases, it's just a name being kind of used. And so you have to be very, very careful. This is, there's a lot of people out there that could get damaged because their name showed up somewhere and they maybe phoned someone and asked a question, and then that, you know, we don't know yet. So we have to really look into the information, and that's the Hierophant's job, is to make sure that true justice comes down, like that the people that were really involved, and that they are the ones held responsible for the actions. We have the energy here of the trauma queen. So that's like when someone's, you know, when there's a lot of drama around, and it's this kind of energy. It's really, it's just part of life, actually, that people who are raised within a lot of trauma and have had experience that have a tendency to feel uncomfortable. Some of them have a tendency to feel uncomfortable when there isn't drama. It's almost like they're so used to being raised with it that they don't, it feels like, oh, you know, it feels like it's like more normal to them. And so a lot of times what happens is when people are traumatized, you know, they'll just go into like, I got to fight for my life here. And it's kind of maybe a reaction that's way, other people will say, well, that was a real strong reaction, but you don't know what's happened to someone to cause that. And then we have, you know, or they'll just run, you know, and then we also have, or just freeze and just get stuck. And that's talking about this energy here where they don't know what to do, like, and they just freeze, like a deer in the headlight kind of energy. We have the energy of Sagittarius, and it's sitting on these conception wands, what I was talking about. So this is, I just want to point out, when the horoscope signs come up in my readings here in their general collective reading like this is talking about the energy of being in that sign. I'm not talking about an individual person here. We can all learn from all of the signs because we have a little bit of them in most, you know, like we have most of them. Sometimes we don't have all of them, but this is talking also about that expansion and contraction of the universe as we see it. And then we have the need to be right. So this energy is talking about, do you have to be right to be happy? Like, if you can get into a position where, you know, you can see your part in it, what could you have done differently that maybe would have made the situation better, and take responsibility for that part of it and let other people take the responsibility for their part of it, then that's that give and take that we have in life. And that's true judgment, right? Is like when you learn from your mistakes and then you don't have to repeat them, and or have your ancestors or your descendants repeat them. This is talking about, you know, the intuition as well as the logic being the perfect combination. And sometimes it's just best to go inward and not take action until you know, like the King of Swords. The King of Swords knows, I'm not taking action until I'm ready to take, until I know the truth. And the jealousy coming in, yeah, there's always that kind of energy, but you could say, I'd rather be better than bitter. It's that kind of energy. And it talks about sibling rivalry. And you know, you think about, you know, when you're younger, and sometimes it lasts the whole lifetime with your siblings, where there's some sort of jealousy between. And this energy, we're all children of God, basically. So we're all siblings on this planet. And so we have to learn to get along one way or another. We have the lover energy, and that's coming in about this energy of the Tower coming in. regarding the Lovers, and we have that sitting right here on jealousy. So someone wanting someone else's destiny, wanting someone else's material belongings, basically wanting to be at the top, and the love of money being more important than the love of others, basically. And this is talking about go on a foolhardy journey. Let's leave it at that. Well, actually, there's another card here talking about I feel this is representing 2026, that things are changing. Look we're only just barely into the second month, and we're halfway through it. And this is talking about you could anticipate a much better future once the truth comes out and people start dealing with it. And that things are changing in 2026. It's very volatile right now, for sure. It's very challenging. Having said that, we can anticipate a better future if we deal with this instead of sweeping it under the carpet kind of energy. This has been a really good reading. It has a lot of good advice in it. Please do like and comment if you've also enjoyed it or if you've gotten some value from it. I will be back with another reading, a daily reading for you tomorrow. And consider subscribing to the channel if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.